Okay. So, I guess you already saw the intro. We are doing a making of video, and this is as candid as possible. I currently am playing with a fidget spinner, so
we're gonna make it super.
Try and make it as raw as we make our videos. Which, as sort of a disclaimer, this is sort of a little bit more sensationalized than how we usually make videos. This is more how we used to make videos.
Yeah. So basically.
Together.
Yeah, so basically, because, like, we don't live together or anything, so we can't make every single video in this exact way where we're literally in the same room.
Yeah.
But, with that being said, we still do that sometimes, you know. We did it with Sword Quest, for example.
Yeah, it has happened.
We did do it with that one. It does happen.
It was more back in the day, like 2018 era.
It's what happened every time.
As the video goes on, we will split up, and you'll see Jiff specifically working on editing, and you'll see me specifically working on audio and doing touch-ups on the script, as well as he will also be doing touch-ups on the script. So it'll be more accurate as the video goes on, but it wasn't going to be fun to brainstorm over like a Zoom call, because we don't usually brainstorm, but we wanted something, and this is what we chose. So this is more of a once in a while how we make videos.
Yeah. So by the time that this is out, this is the final piece for 100K.
Yes, part 3.
So yeah, this is the part 3. It's very late. You guys will be seeing this most likely in January.
It is currently November.
It's currently November, yeah.
November 18th.
Yes.
So I'm dating that right now.
Yeah.
This is when we are making it. We've never done anything like this before.
No, we have not. Okay. So basically, the video in question is Verkoyansk, which should be out already by the time you guys are seeing this.
You guys have already seen this, most likely. If you haven't, click off this video right now. Watch it, because we are going to be spoiling it, essentially.
We're going to go through the process of us making this entire thing.
Yeah.
As it stands, as it stands right now, we just know that we're going to cover Verkoyansk. We literally haven't done a single thing yet.
No, we have not started. This is completely, we've not started. All we know is we're going to cover it. Jiff has done a little bit of research.
Yeah, I've done basic research.
That's what we're going to do right now.
Yeah, so I guess without further ado, we can just start it, get into it, whatever.
Yeah.
So I have a screen recording. I'm going to be recording just a Google Docs so that you guys can see the progress of how it goes. We don't usually make full outlines on the docs very often. They're kind of just
on occasion.
We do it sometimes, but a lot of the time we just kind of sit and think and then just start
kinda.
And a lot of it's more in my head because this was a topic that was my idea, and so without even trying, I've already formed little things in my head of how I know it's going to be structured, which I guess that I can talk about. Obviously, every video has its intro, which we're gonna start doing that in a second. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And so I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do for an intro. I guess we can just figure that out. But I just want to form this intro first and form this video up.
Yes.
So how do we start this? I obviously want it to be something about how I don't know, I guess how weird, foreboding, almost alien this place is. It's so cut off from...
That's a good start.
It's just so cut off from everything else, you know?
Yeah,
so we need that hook of,
It's kind of just, it's always... You never start... Not never, but starting with imagine is always rough, but, it's just kind of, imagine living... an alien planet on Earth, essentially. And I know, there are other alien planets on Earth, like Mariana's Trench and stuff like that. So it is kind of a common thing to be most alien places on Earth that we don't really know. But people live in Verkoyansk, but it's still, I think the culture is...
It's just crazy that people live there and how differently they live because they're there.
And how much, I wouldn't say survivors, because it is towns and people do, live in... It's a normal place. It's just very... You gotta adapt.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to live
Definitely
there. And
different than us.
The right way. Yeah.
Isolation is an inherently dangerous concept to the human condition or something like that. I don't know.
It's one of those...
That goes against, how we are as creatures, we're communicating creatures.
That is a good point.
That's what I meant by that. Isolation fundamentally goes against how we as people function. I think that's a good way to put it. However, despite this...
no, I think I would double down with another sentence on it. talk about like how like we really need to be.
Humans are.
We are social creatures,
Yeah.
I guess.
Human beings are communicational.
By nature.
Are communicational by their very nature.
Yeah.
So.
And I would say, like, in taking that away from them...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So to be stripped of that ability.
Yeah, can be damning. Yeah, there you go. No, I would skip inherently. Due to the fact that these places are isolated, they are extremely, like, hostile environments.
Yeah.
Like, tundras and, like, jungles and, like...
Okay,
you know,
that's good.
yeah.
Due to the fact that these places are isolated, I'll put a little bit of, like, personality in. I'm talking tundras.
Yeah.
I'm talking... tundras, deserts, jungles, places
seem uninhabitable.
That seem uninhabitable. Yet despite this,
we could just say life finds a way.
Yet despite this, life finds a way.
Yeah, I mean you could. I don't even have to read that. You can just have the pick. Like you can have Malcolm. Malcolm.
One of these places in question is known as Verkoyans. Yeah. No, I have a better way to start this. Something about like deep in the furthest corners of Russia
lies Verkhoyansk. Yeah. I would make it up to be like a horrible place to live that nobody could survive, but yet people do live there.
Of course. Yeah, that's going to be the message of the video. Like humanity
finds a way.
Finding the way, yeah. A place that from the outside seems...
I wouldn't even say seems. Like just make it seem like nobody lives there.
Yeah.
Yeah. A place that reaches temperatures of this, a place that faces winds of this, that kind of thing.
A place of...
freezing and, like, scalding temperatures.
Maybe we can use repetition of, like, a place. Like, we've already used it twice. But
Yeah. You gotta fix it. It says PM.
And so, like, we're doing that really quickly, but then we're going to actually go into the history of the place. We'll go a little bit more into the climate of the place.
Yeah.
We'll go into, just how people live there and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about some of the mysteries, because there has been that wolf thing. I told you about that one. There was that crazy wolf thing over there.
Don't the wolves, like, attack the...
Well, no, there was a, because wolves obviously are in packs, like 10 to 15 usually or whatever. Mm-hmm. But this one was like a super pack. It was like 300 of them.
What?
Yeah, and that's like insane.
Bro, a 300 wolf pack? That's insane. A place with temperatures...
A place with...
like, temperatures comparable to Mars. That's how alien it really is.
It is. And in many ways, might be just as isolated.
Well, no.
Not literally, but I mean...
Mars does need moms.
It does.
So...
A place with temperatures
comparable...
comparable...
Go to Mars, please.
Place comparable to Mars and constantly shrouded in fog. I don't want to keep saying a place that many times.
Yeah.
By all counts, it seems unlivable.
Yeah.
In this video, we will tell the story of Verkhoyansk. We will discuss its history and how it was founded, as well as the modern day and how it truly is to live here. Despite how unfathomable the living conditions seem, there is a population of people that call this place home.
Perfect. It comes back to this place.
Yeah.
A place. Yeah. Perfect. It's a good circle around. And then I guess just start history. Boom. Verkhoyansk was founded in...
So by this point in the video, in all honesty, things get a little bit boring. We finished the intro, we established what the theme of the video is going to be, but now from here on out, I pretty much was just gathering sources, we were reading things, and then we were slowly just adding things together. I showed what the flow of the video is going to be in a previous clip that we showed, and that's exactly what we wound up following. So from here on out, things aren't really exactly entertaining anymore, so I'm going to cut things off from here and start moving on to the other stuff. It's important to note that I did wind up finishing the script by myself without Sep. This is just something that happens sometimes. We didn't finish the thing in one night, and I wanted to add in information that I forgot or whatever, but whatever the case, it finally ended up being finished, and then he had to record it, so we're going to go to that now.
Okay, this is me, Sep here. I'm recording Verkhoyansk. It has been probably a month since we started writing it, but it is now done. I pretty much just have Audacity up. I have my mic right here. This is pretty much just how I record.
I'm in a different house than usual, but you know what? We are going to pull up the script and get going. I usually record with my phone in my hand, so I can, you know, kind of see and talk at the same time. But since I'm using my phone to record like a Neanderthal, I am going to record. So I recorded half of it last night, and I'm going to record the other half of it today. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. Let me start my file, and you guys can just essentially watch me record stuff. I appreciate when YouTubers who are voice only, you get to see what it looks like when they're speaking. I find it so weird to see voices come out of, you know, faces when I've never seen them before. So you're gonna get to see that. Hopefully we can get to some good angles. I will move my mic actually a little bit closer. I'm not used to face cam stuff, of course, so this is super unprofessional, but you know what, this is how I record. So let me get right into it. All right, so what I do is I usually just test my audio to make sure it sounds good. Hi, I'm Seth from Debunk File, and we're just gonna see. Hi, I'm Seth from Debunk File. Brilliant. Okay, so my microphone's connected. My audio is working. Sometimes it doesn't work. I record on a really bad laptop, but the audio still comes through. Due to the circumstances, life in Verkhoyansk is simply so foreign to what we experience that it is almost hard to fathom, of course being attributed to the location and climate of the place in question. But sometimes, due to this as well, things occur that are truly unexplainable. In 2012, it was reported that a super pack of wolves had suddenly began attacking the city, which caused a legitimate emergency for the residents in this city. Oh, okay, so I messed up, and that happens all the time. So I usually either will keep going, so I just clip that. If I have a good momentum going, I will just restart the line over. But if I pause and I'm able to like restart and clip stuff, I will. After the story went viral, people began questioning the validity of these claims. Were there really up? Oh, I screwed up. Jiff, clip that. According to Dr. Valerius Geist, see, let me pause this really quick. I'm terrible with names, and you just witnessed a rare occurrence of me actually getting a name perfectly. I shouldn't have stopped because I had good momentum going, but this is just some like behind the scenes, how the sausage is made type stuff. So I just want you to know that that was impressive for me. And we do have some other names in here that are terrible, so I will stop. But anyway, where were we? Really, no quote summarizes this better than the words of the resident Gennady A. Tobakov, a lifelong resident who was interviewed by the New York Times about what it means to live there. When answering, he says, just gonna pause that really quick. You also just saw me pronounce a name perfectly again on a first try. So if anybody asks who your favorite YouTuber is, make sure you let them know that it's me, because I can pronounce names very well. And I'm definitely never going to screw up a name ever. You can also tell how choppy some of my stuff sounds. This is actually like a really bad representation of how I usually record. Usually it's terrible, and usually I have to do 1,000 takes, but the spotlight is on me now, so I have to perform well for you. So this is kind of a better way. This is how it should go, but usually it doesn't go this well. So we're gonna get back to it. We have a quote to read. That's an interesting thing with quotes. I never know what to do, because I never know if Jiff wants to read it, if we want to get one of our friends to read something like that, if we want to get a collab for something like that. So for quotes, I know I'm kind of just reaching for stuff at this point to talk about, but you know what? It's behind the scenes. You guys want to know what's inside my mind and how Debunk File works. This is how it works. So if I'm not sure if I'm supposed to read something, I read it anyway. That way we have a backup plan. Like if our friend can't read it, or if Jiff doesn't want to read it, or if we can't get a collab, whatever. I read everything unless stated otherwise. So by this point, 4chan Season 2 just started, or has started. I'm not sure when this is coming out, but 4chan 11 has come out, and I knew Blame It on Jorge was going to be in our video. So that I didn't record. That was one thing that we knew from the very beginning, that he was going to be in it. and we were very thankful to work with him. He was lovely. But yeah, so that's pretty much what it is with quotes. So I'm just going to continue reading my quote. When visitors arrives, she furtively strokes their clothing with a white horsehair whisk. A Yakutian shamanistic... Say it should be shamanistic, and I'm an idiot. A Yakutian So that is where we'll clip. And see, I will clip like mid-sentence, and this is where God King GIF comes in and makes the audio sound insane when I am literally stopping, not even after a period. Truly the backbone of this channel. I try not to. I usually do my best to make it to a period or a comma, but you know, this shows you how much of an idiot I am and how much GIF goes crazy. The people who live here have proved the seemingly impossible possible. Life found a way. So I recorded the end of Verkoyansk. This is where I will record the outro. Since I'm doing the entire how the sausage is made type thing, we will just go through the outro. We have a doc that has the exact same outro on it every time. Sometimes I'll switch it up depending on the video, where if we're trying something new, I'd say like, hey, we're trying something new. If you liked it, let us know if you want us to do it again. But this is kind of a basic video, just a basic like explanation mystery. So I just pull up my doc. It is titled Outro, and we're going to just do the outro really quick. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. If you like the channel, make sure to check out our social medias in the description below. Make sure to stop by our Discord. It really is the best place to chat with us and hang with fellow debunk enthusiasts. Of course, if you'd like to support the channel a little bit more, please head over... See? I'm an idiot, a fool, an idiot. All right, let's stop this. If you are watching this and you are a YouTuber, please let me know if you screw up your outro that you do in every single video. That is something I do. I can't ever get my my outro correct on the first try. Never. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a siren going on in the background. That happens all the time. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there is a siren going on in the background, and I don't want to mess up the audio. Obviously. I also record without a fan on, so it does get really hot because the fan, it picks up. So it's getting a little hot in here, you know. Of course, if you'd like to support the channel a little bit more, please head over to our Patreon, Debunk Plus. Only $1 a month, and you guys get access to videos early, script PDFs, whatever random stuff we decide to put up, and more. As always, my name is Seth from Debunk File. See you guys next time. Bye. So that's it. That's essentially like a abridged version of my recording. It's a little, there's my microphone cord, there you go. Me recording my face is a little barbaric on my phone. I'm sorry if angles are bad and it looks like shit and you can't hear me very well. But yeah, this is what I do. It's not much. Just pull up the script usually on my phone, read the script, scroll through, record, slightly, you know, edit. And then I just save it as a WAV, title it something silly, usually, like, I don't know. I'm just going to title this one VERK, Verk. And if I have multiple takes, it'll be Verkoyansk 1, 2, 3, that kind of thing. I'm really reaching at straws here. And now I'm going to, email myself, and GIF the audio. So yeah, this is really everything. I mean, this is even stuff that you don't even care about, but this is how I do it. I mean, you didn't ask for this. Nobody asked for this. We wanted to do this. So if you hate it, please let us know. So the email is sent, and usually a little bit more behind the scenes. Sometimes our emails don't send. So after that, I will text GIF, hey, I just sent you the audio, and he will say, no, you didn't. It's not here. And I will say, what are you talking about? I sent it, and realized that I didn't send it, and it was just pending, or computer's broken, something like that. Stuff happens. But yeah, you honestly caught this at a good time. I didn't stutter very much, so you didn't really get a full, real, accurate portrayal of how I record, but this is about it. I mean, this audio is going to go into a video, so it will be cool. Once this video comes out, go back, watch Verkoyansk, see how everything gets made. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. I'm not sure what's before or after this part in the video, but I'm sure future me or past me will see you. I don't know. But yeah, this is me recording. Thank you guys so much for... See, I'm doing my outro. Yeah, thank you guys for sticking by on this video. Probably a little rambly, but Yeah, my name is Seb from Debunk File. I will see you in the next section of this video.
Alright, so it's been about like a month or two since the last recording happened, the one where me and Sep were writing together. And basically I wound up finishing the script by myself because I realized that when I was working alone, there wasn't really much of note to record anymore, because in our recording, though we didn't write that much of it, what I realized was that we got most of the themes there, we had most of our ideas written on the table. I just by myself wound up finishing those ideas, but it didn't really add that much that wasn't there already, so I figured that it would be fine for me to just write that off screen. So now at long last, it's time for me to go through my editing process, and unfortunately, I may be a bit stupid, because just like Sep, I also forgot to start doing my editing process on camera. I edited a little bit over half the video without it, and I feel very stupid about this, but I figured that something is going to be better than nothing, so you might as well show a little bit of it here. So as for an editor, I've gotten this question plenty of times before. I use Sony Vegas, and Sony Vegas is an editor that gets, it gets a little bit disrespected, I feel like. Like in a professional setting, people never want people using Sony Vegas, and I have experience in Premiere, I know how to use it perfectly, but for whatever reason, I just really love the way that the timeline works in Vegas. It allows me to do complex enough things really, really quickly, and I just absolutely love putting stuff together with it. I have no issues. I don't have that many performance issues like a lot of people talk about. So this has been my editor of choice for a long time, and it's going to be my editor of choice for a long time more in the future. Now beyond that, I'm also trying to mess around with After Effects finally. This became a thing last year of me finally testing out this program and seeing what it could do for me. And the answer is, of course, a lot. The other answer is, I still don't fully know what I want to accomplish with it. And so that makes things a little bit weird, because After Effects is obviously a lot more complex than even Premiere Pro, though of course it's a different use. But I want to do complex things with it, but I don't really know what I want to do with it. The only thing that I do know I want to do with it is to put images on it, but in a way that's a little bit more complex than just zooming in on an image, if that makes sense. So in the example here, this is already in the video, but as an example, this image is kind of slanted a little bit, and I feel like this makes the video feel like it has more depth. It makes things a little bit better, and it has a very minor animation. There's not much going on. There's just a slight bit of blur over here. Again, it's not much, and I did this a few other times in the video too, as I can go to an example of. This is my favorite example, because I actually think this one came out good. This is just a normal picture of a map, but I put it in After Effects. I slanted it, and I made it begin animating itself like this. And again, it's not a very complex thing, but I feel like it really makes the video get a lot better. And this type of practice is all over this video. I want to make it happen more and more often. I feel like little things like this just make the video feel like it's of higher quality, and obviously I always want to try to increase the quality as much as I can. As for other parts I've already done in this video, before we get into the new stuff, 2023 is, to me, the year of experimenting. I don't know how many other YouTubers do this, but I like thinking of every single year like it has its own theme. I don't know if theme is the right word, but like it's a reset, like it's a completely new thing, like it's a new season almost. So like in 2020, that was the year of us getting ambitious. That's where I feel like we really fell into our own. We started doing bigger and bigger videos, and because before 2020, all of our videos were like 6 minutes long, and then after that, we had things that got up to like 50 minutes long. And then in 2021, I feel like we moved that even further. We did such massive projects, And then in 2022, I kind of wanted to bring it back, and I wanted videos to feel classic, but with the updated things that we learned along the way. And so it made the year a lot more simple. There was a lot more internet stuff, which I know you guys all liked a lot. But for this year, I want to make things like really experimental again. I want to throw every idea at the wall, see what sticks. I wanted to revamp the style again, which if you guys watch 4chan, I did revamp the style again. And so basically I incorporated the 90s into our style a little bit, which I think makes sense. I changed the backgrounds from being Neo Geo and like 90s anime backgrounds to actually being like 90s American, like really rough animation thingies. And so I feel like that that's like a really cool update on the theme. I'm very happy with it. I have a small VHS filter that's going over everything too. It's not that huge, but it is there. And I also have a VHS static noise going through the whole video too. I feel like this also, while it may not seem like it's much, I feel like it does make quite the difference, you know? But overall, I want to experiment a lot this year, a lot more than normal. And so hopefully with that can come more complex After Effects things. Again, I don't fully know what I want to do with it. I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually, but as for the video, I've done about half of it. Something else that I want to bring up right before we start, because I noticed it right here, is Sep's audio. So we've gotten a lot of complaints about it recently because I keep hearing that you can only hear his audio in the left ear. That's something that's been common for like a long time, and I've tried to fix it too, and what's weird is every time I try to fix it, people still say it. And so I figured that maybe my ears are just really stupid and I can't like tell, because whenever I'm editing videos, I can never, like, it doesn't sound like it's only in one ear. It sounds normal to me. And so because of that, I tried to experiment. This is the first time with this video. We'll see how it goes. I actually I converted his audio to mono, which means that it's the same in both ears. It means that that problem should not possibly be able to happen. If it still happens, then I just don't even know anymore. But I made it mono. I don't think that that should do anything about the quality of the audio itself. It doesn't sound like it is to me. Then again, clearly I don't know what I'm talking about. So, but as for where things are, I left off and I was 8.5 minutes into the video. The audio goes up to almost 13 minutes, it looks like. And I'm assuming the video is probably going to be just slightly shorter than that, or maybe it will hit 13 with the channel outro or whatever. I have no idea, honestly. We'll have to see. But let's just I'll do some editing in front of you guys, and we'll just see how it goes. If any cool things come up, like effects wise, I'll break down how I did them, because there was some really cool effects earlier in the video that I really wish I was recording for, like this one, you know, because I can break it down here, but it just wouldn't be the same, you know. Okay, so here's something really quickly that I can show. So I use a lot of transitions, and that can come in multiple different forms. I have Sapphire plugins, which is a very common type of plugin that a lot of editors use, but there's also something else that I have. And then I have this thing, filter packages. It's just a big group of presets that I downloaded that just allow me to do clean transitions. So I'm just going to do a slide down. I think that'll look good here. I haven't slid down that much in this one for whatever reason. I don't really know why, but you know, it's just a clean, short one that should look pretty good. And so we'll just apply that. Right here, I'm moving the keyframe all the way so that it actually goes to the end. Okay, so this part needs a little bit of footage before getting into the next point. You know, because this is an entire next, like, section thingy right over here. That's going to require articles and, you know, whatever. Maybe some stock footage too. And I don't like overusing stock footage because I feel like it makes the videos look a little bit too uncreative, I guess. You know, there's not a lot of creative things going on when it's just some stock footage. It can make me edit faster, but I want the video to look really good visually. And so stock footage doesn't fully allow for me to do that. That's why I like putting filters over them a lot of the time. I feel like it makes it look more stylistic when I do have to use one. But for this instance, it's just a few seconds. So I'm going to put some stock footage of snow, and we'll see how that goes. I've been using this site called Pexels a lot. It's a free stock footage place. And I'm just going to go find one. Yeah, Blizzard. Let's do this. Yeah, honestly, that'll work. So, yeah, there's already that filter that goes over everything. And even though this filter that I do use over here, this is a Sapphire filter. It's called TV Damage. And I have specific presets for it. Yeah, I have, like, a lot of presets. Presets, nice. I have a lot of presets for it. This is one of the ones that I use pretty often. Obviously, it doesn't look very realistic, technically speaking, but I feel like it looks cool, stylistically, at least cool enough to get the job done, to make it look better than if it was stock footage with just nothing. So I'm just going to use it. Yeah, looks good. Looks like some Silent Hill stuff. So yeah, that stock footage lasted for what, like 12 seconds? And since it's moving a lot and stuff, I feel like it's fine. You know, obviously I'd rather be doing something more creative, but for a specific instance like that, there's not really that much I can do. You know, like I want to be creative as much as I can, but again, in a place like that, there just isn't that much that can be done. But for this part, I have a specific news article that I'm going to put here that I had in mind. I have it in my sources. The snipping tool is what I use for all of these screenshots because it can make my screenshots really specific. This feature is a godsend if I'm being totally honest. It's like the greatest thing ever to be invented in history. Alright, here it is. Drag it in, make it a 3D layer, put in a camera. This basic stuff I'm capable of doing, unless I'm bad at this too, who knows. So basically, to do that thing that I like, you have to animate these three. The orientation is pretty much the biggest key, because that's what lets me do this, which is what I want. So again, I'm not going to do that much here. It's a fairly basic thing. I'm going to make it about like 14 seconds long, which is going to be more than I need, but I'd rather it be a little bit longer than a little bit shorter. I like making it fade in like smoothly, so there's this thing called Easy Ease, which just makes the animation smoother than it normally would be, and I feel like that's another thing that makes the quality look a lot better, even if it's such a small like thing to do. And then for the camera itself, this is where you add the blur and stuff. I'm not going to need to animate them, so that's unnecessary. I don't really need to do that. I'll try to blur this side of it a little bit, especially because it's a stupid Planet Fitness ad. But yeah, it looks good. I feel like that's enough, honestly. It's not a very complex thing. I'm just going to do it like that, and that'll be about it. Alright, here we go. Final Poop Bud has made it. It's just me cutting audio for the pacing. When I have Sep send in the audio, believe it or not, I don't have him cut up the audio at all because I actually like being in charge of that. I feel like it gives me more freedom to control the pace of the video. So I actually like cutting up the stuff live as I'm doing it. If you notice, this audio, the one I'm working with right now, there's no cuts in any of it yet. That's because I do it live. The rest of the video is all cut up over here. What is this?
Oh, I screwed up.
Yeah, sometimes bloopers happen. This is definitely going to get in the next blooper video. Dude, I'm going to... Why is this computer being like this right now? Oh, my cat just meowed. Guess he's awake. Clyde. Hi, buddy. Hi. Look, after all this time, I finally have him on the camera. After all these years. So say hello to the camera, Clyde. Hello, Clyde. So like our first part, at a point, things start getting a little bit redundant. While a lot does go into editing, it's also kind of simple in a way, as you guys have seen. There's certain formulas and things that I just do every time, and after explaining it, there's not that much left to be seen. As for editing effects, as you guys have seen, I use transitions. I have specific saved presets that I'll use all the time. I control background music a lot. I mix it a lot higher than most people do, which is something that I find kind of interesting. And as for more complex edits, again, even though it is complex, it's not usually anything more than some masks. And really that's all there is to it. While editing is very time consuming and a lot of people don't like it, I do like it for those same reasons. You know, it does get stressful sometimes, but I like being in control of what I want the video to look like and sound like. And I'm really happy with the results that happened here. As a result, though, there's not that much more that can be said about the editing process. If you guys have any questions, please ask me. I would love to answer some, but let's just get to the end. And that's pretty much going to conclude this. I have been editing for 2 hours and 5 minutes. That's how long this footage is. And it wound up being worth it because it looks like I finished the video, which I'm very happy with. So I'm really glad that you guys took this journey with us. You know, one of my favorite things is always when a YouTuber that I love does a behind-the-scenes video. It's something that I find so interesting. You know, I love seeing the creative process of other people, and I hope that some of you guys like this the same way that I do. If this video gave you any takeaways, I'd love to hear what they are. I hope it can inspire you to make your own content. With that being said, again, as we have said, this video has already been out for 2 months, but if you haven't seen it yet, of course, definitely give the finished product a watch. If you have already seen it, let us know what you think of the process that went behind it. Did you learn anything new? Was there anything that you didn't expect from the process? Do you have any questions or anything like that? I'll be sure to try and answer certain questions that I do have in the comments. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for 5 years. Thank you guys so much again for 100K. With that being said, I am Jiff from Debunk File, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.